degrees Celsius where we are. Oh, on the bottom, stalking sibling time. Those movements. Only 6 months old and already moving like an apex predator. Oh. With that flat to the ground. All this play between the siblings is going to be really important. It hones their hunting skills. Oh, siblings coming down towards us. There we go. Oh. Isn't this amazing? Now we are sitting live with a female leopard and her 2 cubs on Djuma Private Game Reserve in the Greater Kruger National Park. And you can ask us questions about these fantastic animals by using the hashtag SafariLive, or send us an email, questions@WildEarthTV. I have Genre on camera today. Oh, there we go. And in this early morning, I think we're going to be spoiled by quite a lot of playing activity by these little cubs. Nice full bellies. Last night, or yesterday at some point, their mom caught an adult female impala and she's popped it in a milkberry tree. There's mom. And my name is Brent, as I said, Genre on camera, Jamie and Dave on the other vehicle, and Rebecca and Geraldine in final control. Isn't this absolutely exciting? Look at that. I think she's just gonna lie down. The kill's actually above her. You can see her, she's looking up. I think she's just looking for a spot to have a rest. Or she might move the kill to a bit of an easier feeding place. I did see hyena tracks on the ground underneath here. So there might have been hyena here during the night. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So I think she might... Oh, look at that. You see how cold it was. Condensation. She's going up the tree. The kill is still quite high and quite a precarious position, but you can see there's the kill. How incredibly agile these big cats are. Now, normally a kill of that size would last a single leopard or single female leopard for a day or two, or maybe even 3, but with these cubs they've eaten so much since we were here last night. Oh. And we've got one of the little guys underneath the kill. Who is that? Shungile or Hosanna? I can't really see just yet. And you can see those little rotund bellies. while we sit here, Jamie would like to say good morning to you. So while the cubs are in the thicket, let's go see what Jamie's up to.
I would very much like to say a good morning to all of you. And good morning, my name is Jamie, and I have Dave on camera with me this morning. And we are sitting right now at Sydney's Dam. So Brent, of course, already has the lovely little leopard cubs of Karula. We're sitting at Sydney's Dam because, first of all, I heard a lion calling from here. And second of all, there's mating cats. I don't know what they are. I don't know whether it is leopard or lion. But some big cat is mating just over there, which is so frustrating because it is north of our boundary, so we can't actually go and move into that area and check up on what they are doing. But they are hopefully, I'm really hoping that they are moving south. Not sure if it's leopards or if it's lions, as I said. I think it might be lions because there was calling this morning just before we set off on our sunrise safari. Then, if I don't have any luck here, I'm just going to sit and listen for another few minutes. But if I don't have any luck here, then there's tracks of the Nkuhumas going straight back from Arathusa onto Djuma, and hopefully we will manage to have more success than we had yesterday afternoon. But at the moment, Sydney's Dam is all quiet. Which, of course, makes total sense, since we have had a little bit of rainfall, which means that there's plenty of groundwater away from the watering holes, away from the dams. The animals don't have to move into this area in order to have a drink. They're just quite happily drinking away at the puddles. While I sit here and listen and make sure that what I heard was, because I think it was leopard, I don't know. I'm in two minds. So while I sit here and try and listen and get an idea of what exactly it was that we heard, I'm going to send you back to Brent and those lovely, what is it? Delectable little monsters.
Mom's feeding on the carcass, and these two are having the best game. Now you can't actually see. There we go, just in front. There we go, you see, there we go, there the head pops up. Oh, pounce! Isn't that just too cute? Now we're not going to move. I'm pretty sure they will take their game to a nice clear area in front of us at some point. The nice thing about being able to come to a static sighting where they've got to kill, get here early in the morning while it's still cold, and the cubs will almost certainly be at play at this time in the morning. Who's going to make a dash? Who's going to be the chaser? What you found there? What is that little one found doing in the sand there? Oh! Now we know who made the dash. Well, Kay Ward's wondering, are the cubs still at risk for hyenas? Or they're big enough to get away? Okay, they're always at risk. A leopard's always at a risk, even in its adult life, to hyenas. But at the moment now, they're pretty safe. They're very agile and they're very fast, so they can probably get away. So I don't want to take my eyes off. I want to see whether I can just make one of them out next to that acacia there. We're going to wait for them to which way are they going to go? I'm hoping they run down into the riverbed. So, for those of you who might have missed yesterday's sunset safari, we actually found them on foot. We tracked them all the way from near the southern boundary. And there's Mom having a feast. Oh, I'm just trying to keep an eye on where the cubs are in case they pop out. Remember, hashtag Safari Live or questions at WildEarthTV. And we're sitting with the Queen of Djuma, Karula, and her two cubs, Shongile and Hosanna. Just to the right of the Timbuti tree, they're about to pop back out, or at least one of them is. Now, where's the other? Stalking its sibling, no doubt. Oh, yeah, it's coming. Oh, the stalker has now become the stalkee. Now, just off to the right is the second cub. There we go. Mary says, look how big they're getting. Are they bigger than a normal house cat now? Yes, Mary, they're probably about 3 times the size of a normal house cat. Oh, excuse me. Oh, there we go. Karula's on her way down. I had a good morning snack. And it's actually impressive how much of that carcass they've managed to eat overnight. Now, we're going to sit here patiently because I think probably in about 10 minutes or so, that golden light from the rising sun is going to filter into that tree. And I think we're going to be spoiled with some spectacular visuals. I wonder if she heard something. She's looking. As I said, there's hyena tracks underneath the tree, so hyenas did come here last night. There's Randre directly below her. There we go. And boom! Oh, he nearly fell down the riverbank there. That would have been quite fun. Tumbling leopard cubs. So we can actually, oh, there we go. And it is really nice. It's a really beautiful spot here when she's decided to hoist this kill. We're right in the middle of the Marathi. Oh, up the tree. Oh, big game, jump, attack. can't really see them through there. But if we come out, we can actually see that golden light starting to touch the tops of the trees. So there we go, you can see there, you can see that beautiful morning light starting to touch the top of the trees. So I'd say 5 to 10 minutes it should be on the leopards below her. Oh, where'd they go? They fell into the other little river system off to the right, so they're going to pop out. Now, Michael was saying when they were younger, it didn't look like they played as much as they're doing at the moment. And is there a particular reason for that? Well, Michael, mostly because they have the ability to escape things like hyenas, and of course playing puts you at a bit of risk because you're running around, you're not paying so much attention. So, coming out below, out into the open. There we go. So that's why playing now, got a bit of fluff. My fluff. Now, where's a sibling? Because when you have a piece of fluff, your sibling always wants it. Sorry, Michael. So as I was saying, they're more likely to be more playful as they get older, as they are better equipped to escape animals like hyenas. They can jump and climb. So, Andrea, are you ready? Number 2's coming in for the attack. Stalky stalk. Oh, have I been spotted? That was good. Escape up the tree. That was a clever move. Or we're going to have attack from above. Yeah. Oh, there's a bit of a tail grab, attempted tail grab there. And, oh, here we go. Oh, no, Fluff is distracted. Are we going to go higher? Are we coming down? Not looking like the most agile little leopard, but that's because it's playing rather than actually climbing. It's playing with its own tail. Look at that. It's biting its own tail. Oh. Now, normally mom's tail is the favorite play toy, or brother or sister's tail, but in extreme cases, if you can't get hold of another tail, you can always just play with your own. I hope you guys are getting some fantastic screenshots of this. Now, Zoe's wondering, at what age do leopards reach maturity and their full size? With males, it's probably around 6 years old. Females around 3.5, 4. The males need a bit more time to develop, get bigger, stronger to challenge for territory. Now the sun is about to burst through onto these leopards. There you can see the light coming through from the east. Down we go. Let's continue this game terrestrially. What is it seen? It's definitely not stalking mom, and it's not stalking a sibling. Because siblings are behind. Now they always are more brave when mom is around. So their area of play becomes a bit wider. Maybe it's spotted a francolin. The second little one is right in front of us still. I'm going to head towards mom, I think. I'm going to stalk mom. No? I'm going to stalk a stick. Oh no, this is so good. Look how it's flattening its body to the ground. What are you caught there? It could be chasing a lizard or a bug as well. Or it could just be attacking grass. Off to mom. Mom! Off jumping on mom. Fortunately we can't see. Let me just maneuver around quickly. Just trying to look for the best spot. Corey's wondering, do the leopards leave the carcass in the tree once they've finished feeding, or do they bring it down? We're going to make it down. Oof, that was close on there. Now I'm just trying to avoid the VR rig. Let's have a look. There's mom. I don't know where the little one's gone. So, Corey, what normally sometimes bring the carcass down, it's normally a bird like a batalier. Sometimes even I've seen monitor lizards scavenge off a leopard carcass in a tree. I see it, Joe. Okay, let's... Where's taxi? Let's just wait a bit. Cab's going to come to mom. So the little one's on its way to mom. Or it's on its way up the tree. One of the two. Up the tree. Yeah. Oh, big jump. I should have seen. Oh, it's coming back this way. Let me just move forward a bit. So it looks like the cub's heading up towards the carcass. Right, this is a relatively tricky place to maneuver around in. Okay, so I'll try to get us into a better spot. Let's go see what Jamie's up to.
And as Brent repositions the vehicle, we are cruising along the northern boundary of Djuma to see if we can't catch up with those lions as they wander through towards Torchwood side. I know that Herbert is out as well, helping us out. Together I'm checking the northern boundary, he's following along the tracks, and at some point we're going to meet in the middle and see if we can't find wherever those lions happen to be. So yesterday we spent ages trying to find those lions. Apparently, Andrew saw one of the lionesses coming back into Arathusa. So she went to fetch the cubs and brought them back. So it was only one of them that went across the boundary yesterday afternoon. We were desperately trying to follow them and trying to find them. It seems as though they've been sitting on Arathusa, or they sat on Arathusa most of yesterday and then walked back at some point last night. The question now is, they're probably looking to find some food. They weren't very hungry, but they were definitely on the prowl, looking for any possible opportunities to hunt something. And Amber Eyes, one of the females in the Nkuhumas, she was definitely looking more empty-bellied than the rest. One of them, I assume it's one of the Nkuhumas, but you've got to be careful of assumptions out here. Somebody is mating with a lion around Sydney's Dam. That we know for absolute certain, because I sat there for long enough that if it were leopards we would have heard it again, because leopards mate more frequently than lions do, especially at this time of the morning. So it was most likely a male lion, and that would explain the roaring that we heard. Another question is whether or not it was one of the Nkuhuma females that he is mating with, or a female from another pride. Last night we actually met somebody who was around the area when the Birmingham boys were born. He was working for a place called Ngala, which is where James used to work, and he was telling us stories about the Birmingham boys when they were very, very young. That's sort of 2.5, 3 years old, and already causing absolute havoc in the area. It just goes to show that there is an advantage to having 5 young males in the same area or in the same pride forming a coalition, because at that age, at 2.5, 3 years old, most male lions most male lions are still relatively ensconced in the safety of their pride. They're not up to too much. I think it's safe to say that Herbert has parked the vehicle and gone walking. So Herbert's had a similar idea to mine, and that they're going to be somewhere around this drainage line system. Let's have a quick stop off at Buffelshoek Dam, see what's cracking here. It worked out well for us yesterday at Red Dam when Tingana wandered onto the scene completely by surprise. There's Buffelshoek Major and Minor. Plenty of water around. Not so much in the way of animal life. But I said that about Red Dam yesterday, and Tingana just popped out of nowhere, so you never know on these live safari experiences. And it's not just myself that thinks that it's a good idea to check around here. It looks as though Aubrey's just pulled up as well. It seems as though Buffelshoek Dam is the place to be on this bright morning. So where are those lions hiding? And Shamsun, just while we're talking about our lovely lions, Shamsun would like to know, and I'm just going to watch where Aubrey goes so that we don't end up checking the same places. Shamsun wants to know, is it safe to assume that Amber Eyes is pregnant, and how long until we know for certain? Funnily enough, I have my doubts about whether or not she's pregnant. I think that it might even be her that's mating again. she just seems to be cycling very regularly through estrus cycles. It feels like it's been quite frequent that we've seen her mating. She might be pregnant. If so, it is very early stages. We will only know in the next 2 months or so, because it's only in the last month that the lionesses start to show any signs of pregnancy, when they start to lactate, when their nipples get swollen. Otherwise, it's very, very tricky. They don't give any signs of pregnancy until that last month or so. The same applies to the leopards. There you go, Shamsun. That's an answer to your question. I don't think that Amber Eyes... Well, we're not going to see any signs of pregnancy for at least 2 months. I'm not 100% convinced she's pregnant yet, which makes total sense. Not every fertilization attempt is successful. I assume Herbert's gone for a walk somewhere in this drainage line system. I think I'm just going to go and check the old den site. I think that lioness has moved her cubs, but you never know. She might have decided to return them. And we really do have exciting prospects for the Nkuhumas, because we're going to start seeing all 3 sets of cubs all together as they start to get... The youngest set starts to get to the stage where Mom is introducing them to the rest of the pride, and I'm so excited for that. You have no idea, and I'm sure you all feel the same as well, to have little lion cubs, 8 little lion cubs, barreling about in a pride that we've become so attached to over the last few months. It'd be an absolute pleasure to just enjoy spending some time with them. Just checking very carefully around here. The ground is still a little bit hard for tracking, or at least for the lions and the leopards to leave footprints in the dirt. Unless you are on foot or driving really, really slowly, it becomes very tricky to see tracks. Which is why what Brent managed to do yesterday evening in terms of finding Karula was absolutely awesome. Especially since she kept walking over his tracks behind him. And speaking of Brent and his leopard tracking prowess, let us head back and have a look at the magnificent Queen of Djuma and her offspring.
And as he said, that gorgeous golden morning light is creeping through from the east, and we've managed to get ourselves on top of the bank, and there's Queen Karula there, and just off to her left, go left a little bit, and they're just behind that bush, but I'm pretty sure they're going to come back now. Attentive mother, ears up, listening, watching those cubs. Oh, look at that incredible color on her coat. Such an exquisite animal. So it looks like she's listening very intently, which she is. So we just heard some alarm calls a little bit earlier, probably about 200-300 meters from here. So it could be lion, it could be another leopard. So I think she's just listening very carefully to where those alarm calls came from. Yeah, hyenas in the distance. Ooh. It looks like the two troubles on their way back shortly. Just to the left of the Tamboti tree on the other side of the little dip there, Genre. There we go. You can see them flitting about in that little window between the two trees. There we can see how well that camouflage works, because can you believe it, there's a leopard right there. There we go. Hi, Alice. So Alice is wondering what would happen if a male leopard or hyena came. Well, with hyena, leopards are used to dealing with hyenas. They'd probably just jump up the tree, and the hyena would quickly realize it was not going to get too much of a meal out of this and move on. As I said, there were hyena here last night. I could see their tracks under the kill. Now, a male leopard, it would all depend on the individual male leopard. But they'd probably steal the kill. And if they managed to steal the kill, then they would probably focus on the kill if it thought it might have fathered the cubs. If it hadn't fathered the cubs or hadn't mated with the female, it would try to kill the cubs and then steal the kill. So in some circumstances, the female might fight to protect the cubs. In most circumstances, should try to just get them as far away from that male leopard as possible. Here we go, coming back towards us. Look at that. So I think I'm going to stick on Mom. The cubs have gone into the little dip. I think they might jump onto Mom. So get ready for those screenshots. And remember, share them with us on our Facebook page or use the hashtag Safari Live and share them on Twitter. So cubs are, maybe you just see it off to the left, sneaking up on Mom. Mom, of course, is quiet. There we go. Oh, yes, look at that in those beautiful lights. Absolutely magic. That's the reason we moved up onto the top of this bank. Oh, there they are, boom. Oh, look at this. Come on, little one. Come to the light. Step away from the dark side. Morning's always good when you manage to work a bit of Star Wars reference into wildlife. Oh, big game going on down there. So, the reason we took our time to move to climb on top of the bank here is because most of their shenanigans are going to happen up here and around the carcass. So we're not going to have to move the vehicle as much. You okay? to the right of Karula, coming in from the base of the tree. A little bit more to the right, there's a cub just stalking her. There we go. Oh, stalking the tree. Oh. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. There we go. Everyone, there's your queen. Possibly one of the most well-loved leopards in the world. Oh, isn't that magnificent? I hope you guys are getting some great screenshots. I've been so enthralled with the leopards that I haven't even taken a picture yet this morning. Get ready. Oh, going down. They're just running around everywhere. So it is tempting to move the vehicle, but it's always best to just sit in one spot. They will come out and play where we can see them. And with Mom being where she is, we're in a very good spot for that now. Also, if they happen to climb the tree to go feed on the kill, we're also in a good spot for that. So we're going to sit tight here. There we go. So Anne-Marie's wondering, are they old enough to follow Mom to view a kill soon? Now, Anne-Marie, leopards don't really do that. The only animal that really does any sort of teaching hunting are cheetah. All those hunting instincts are there, and they're born with them. They hone them by playing, chasing each other, stalking frankens, squirrels, and dwarf mongoose. So it's very, very seldom that a leopard cub will actually view its mother take down an animal. Not impossible, but as I said, very uncommon. And they don't need to watch Mom to know how to kill. If we watch them playing, those instinctive grabs of the throat, it is in their nature, so to speak. Tumble, tumble down the hill. Ooh, and back again. This is just really, really special to be able to spend this much time with them. Oh, boom, attack. Come on, guys, come play in the golden light. Oh, down the hill again. Look at that. Hollows in Wisconsin. Oh, there you go. Get away. Oh, they're just too precious. Now, Hollows in Wisconsin is wondering, will they all sleep in the tree, or will Mom sleep on the ground with the cubs in the tree? Well, generally they'll all sleep on the ground, and leopards will sleep in trees, quite often when it's hot or when they've got to kill, but generally they will sleep on the ground, even the cubs, and they'll only take to the trees if there's danger around, like hyenas or lions or another male leopard. Being smaller than a male leopard, they are able to get to the tiniest little branches that those male leopards can't get to. Perfect. Morning, Francis. Francis would like to know, has a vulture ever bothered a leopard in a tree? I have seen vultures not bother the leopard itself, but bother its kill, which bothers the leopard. So the leopards will then rush up and chase the vultures away. Generally, they like to use trees like this that have got leaves, so the kill is hidden from vultures, but it can happen. Can't see where those little ones are. They're still in the hole. They're still in that deep little spot there. Here we go, you can see the movement of that little bush to the left of Karula. Oh, there we go. Tackle it. Defending the high ground and biting a tree for good measure. Oh, down the little drainage dip again. And Mom just sitting patiently and attentively, making sure that they don't get into too much trouble while they're playing. Now if you hear that, it's not Darth Vader. Oh, second Star Wars reference of the day. It's Jean trying to warn his fingertips because it was about 9 degrees Celsius down here, and his hand is on steel while he operates that camera. So every now and then he feels the need to blow warm air on it. I think he's just being soft personally, but I mean, who doesn't like putting their hands on cold steel in the early morning? Here we go. Massive game going on. Okay, so while the little ones have disappeared, let's go see how Jamie's doing on this fine winter's morning.
At the present moment, Jamie is just surprised by the number of Star Wars references that Brent has made. I had no idea that he was such a Star Wars fan. So you live and learn. Each and every day has something new to offer. Oh, Dave and myself have been occupying ourselves, trying not to be jealous of Brent and the little cubs, because of course he did spend many hours yesterday tracking them. I'm still a little bit jealous, but that's okay. I'll go there this afternoon. In the meantime, there's a tree in the road. Thanks, tree. It's okay, I wasn't missing that. I wasn't that attached to that part of my shoulder anyway. In the meantime, we've got lion tracks heading in this direction. I've double-checked the eastern boundary that runs along Torchwood and divides Torchwood and Djuma. So we can't go on to Torchwood, we can traverse Djuma. And they haven't crossed, which is really good news because it means that they're somewhere here. So Herbert is out and about on foot. He encountered a herd of elephants while he was wandering about tracking, so I think he's had to do a little bit of a loop, a bit of a detour in terms of finding those lions. And they've come into an area between a road, for those of you who are familiar with the geography of the area, between Gowrie Cutline and Hyena Road, which is definitely where the cubs were being kept at least a couple of times during their younger months. Oh my goodness, so many amazing things happening with Brent and those little leopards. I'm going to go and find these elephants, and while I do, I'm going to send you back across to Brent, who is still with those marvelous spotted cats.
We've got one little cub. Oh, I think about to be two. There we go. Oh, and down in the hole. And Queen Karula just sedately observing. Can you hear the morning dawn chorus around us? Oh, there we go, back up. You can hear a few robins. Well, a very good morning to Scott and Katie, who are wondering about leopard territories and how big they are. And is it generally the same size for each animal? It most certainly isn't. Leopard's territory is completely dependent on the habitat that they are in. So, for example, in the southern Sabi Sands around the Sand River, a leopard's territory, a female leopard's territory is between 400 and 600 hectares, so about 1,200 acres. And in the northern Sabi Sands where we are, Queen Karula's got one of the largest leopard territories of any leopard in the Sabi Sands, for a fact, and that is due to the fact of the terrain around here. So where you've got big rivers or permanent watered rivers like the Sabi and the Sand River, there's a lot more bushbuck and nyala and impala all around those areas, and that's why. Sorry, just 1 second. I'm just listening to the Game Drive channel, and that's why the leopard territories there are smaller. And here, where they have to travel over a bigger area, you don't have as many of these river systems like we're sitting on at the moment. They're very limited. Oh, cubs are back. Back cubs are gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a map for you, and I'll have, I'm looking for a map, so we can have a closer look at leopard territories. Okay. Well, the cubs are being cute. Let's stick with them. And what I'm going to do is I will draw a map of the different leopard territories we get on Djuma. Look, I'm going to let Jean-Jacques all the way out along the branch there. Oh, they're coming closer to us. They might come up the tree right next to us. Oh, look at this, coming close to us now. This is really, really beautiful. Oh, look at this right next to us. They live right next to us. Beautiful. Look at this right. Oh. There we go, up in the tree. Now the game has moved from a bit further away from us to right next to us. Next cub up in the tree now. Here we go. Climbing almost directly. Oh, look at this. Look at that agility. Going up to the kill. I might have to move the vehicle a little bit. Let me just see what they do, whether they're actually going to start feeding or they're going to keep. Okay, I'm just trying to see. I just want to see whether it goes up or down, but we're probably going to have to move a little bit. So while we move a little bit, Jamie has got a much bigger animal than a leopard cub to show you.
While Brent moves around the bush, our elephants are repositioning it for themselves. And we have come upon my personal favourite elephants. Of course, you shouldn't really have favourites, but if I did have a favourite, and I'm not saying I do, well, actually I'm saying I do, this is my favourite elephant. It is the short-trunked elephant, the female with her lovely little family, including a little female calf that we've watched from when she was probably only a couple of weeks old, tottering about on little legs when she was first born, when her mother first brought her back onto Djuma. And when I say that this is the short-trunked elephant. She has lost at least a third of her trunk. We think to a snare, so a piece of wire that was set out by bushmeat poachers, probably not in the Sabi Sand itself, because that's an area that is regularly patrolled, but at some point in her life she lost the tip of her trunk. And watching her feed is always an amazing experience. Now, we think that she just couldn't keep up with the rest of her herd, and as a result she separated from them. And we're still not entirely sure if this young female that's on the right here, whether or not she is her daughter, her oldest daughter, or perhaps a younger sister that stayed with the older cow. But there's something truly special about this little elephant family. This little female takes enormous responsibility when it comes to looking after the calf. Either her niece or her younger sister. She's always sort of, if the calf is not with mom, then this female is always making sure that she is okay. And of course she's still young. She hasn't quite hit puberty just yet, or sexual maturity. She's got another, I would guess and say she's got another 2 or 3 years before she gets to that stage where she will have babies of her own. But these amazing, amazing animals invest time and energy in babysitting and in looking after calves that are not their own. It just goes to show how truly special elephants are. And the group focused at the moment, sort of trying to push around fallen trees to get to whatever nutrients happen to have been sheltered underneath them. This particular little herd, and it's an entirely self-contained little group, also has a young male. I think I see him off in the bushes, but I can't see him right now properly. I think he's hiding away in there. But the interesting part of this particular family group is that the young male also expends a lot of energy in looking after that calf. So he is definitely her previous baby. So he's definitely the previous calf of the biggest female. And yet he invests so much time in looking after his younger sister that it's truly special to see. You don't often get to observe that kind of behavior, at least in the males. Or the females always babysit the little one. There's a lion. I just need to stop the car more often, because whenever I do, the animal comes through. There's a lion in there, everybody. There's some cubs. There's cubs running through. Yay! Oh, awesome. Okay, we're going to have to reposition to go forward a little bit. Right, I'm going to stop driving everywhere. What I'm going to do each and every day is I'm going to go stop somewhere and just wait for the animals to come to me. Because apparently that's how it works out here. Hello, my girl. Can I come through? Come on. Come on, come on. Hi, big girl. Sorry, big girl. Guys, I can't. There's the lion. She's coming through. I actually can't reposition without scaring this elephant. Just bear with me. Ellie, apparently you're trying not to scream with excitement because everyone in your house is asleep, but elephants are your absolute favorite, and now there's a lion. And not only is there a lion, there's miniature lions coming behind her. Look at them. They're coming through. Oh, this is awesome. Bear with me, I need to call this in because we're not going to be able to keep up with them. Stations 1 Mafazingala, 2 Mpimpans just crossed east over Hyena Road, right next to the Slamienlov. Right. Addy, I'm trying not to scream with excitement. That was awesome. Lions and elephants in the same sighting, including little ones. And I really need to reposition. My big girl, can I go behind you? It's fine. I know. I'm not going to push you, I promise. So guys, important to remember, we're in their home, and it is not appropriate. No, don't be naughty. Not appropriate for us to push them away. So I want to get to the lion. She wants to go over here. I've backed up because this is her home, not mine. As exciting as it is to see the lion, It doesn't mean that I have to frighten the elephant at the same time to get there. Hey, big girl. Did you really want that tree? Do you mind if I start up again? Standing by, Mike. There we go. We can move now. Thank you, girl. Copy, Mike. I've lost visual. She was quite highly mobile past the Zimdorf. I'll let you know when I get visual again. Oh, good. Mike is coming to help us keep track of this particular lion. Hi, big girl. Oh, hello, big girl. I can't push past this elephant. She's busy suckling her calf. So as awesome as this is, we are going to relocate them on the other side towards Inyala Road North. I can't push past these elephants and scare them. So while we make a plan and wait for them to shift out of our way, let's go back across to Brent and find out how those little spotted cats are doing.
So we've repositioned slightly. We are getting a little bit close to the edge of that little cliff face in front of us. Don't worry, we're safe, but what it does do is it gives us a chance. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Now, I don't know where the other trouble is. Oh, there we go. Let's attack a tree. Oh, maul the tree. Oh, tail. Yay for tails. Leopard cub's favorite toy. Catch the tail. Oof, that must be quite sore. You see, he's actually really hooked it there. Bite it. Oh, I just come a bit wide. The other cub looks like it's about to pounce into the scene from the right. There we go. Here it comes. Oh, isn't this incredible? So playful in this early morning. Now, as it gets warmer, they're going to calm down. Oh, where's Mom off to now? No, just changing her position. Chandra's going to be quite happy about that. Makes a better shot for him. Oh, there we go. Boom! And to tumble down. Arathusa would like to know whether Queen Karula would ever deem it acceptable to join her rascal cubs in play. She does from time to time. She most definitely will. Now, where are those little rascals? I've lost sight of them. Down the bank on the right. But I've been practicing my art skills while we were gone after we moved, just to give you an idea about... Oh, I need to change my... About... What have I done? I don't know what I've done. Oh, there we go. About what's happening with the female leopard territories at the moment. Oh no, there's a cub. We shall wait until we do not have cubs before I reveal my masterpiece of art. they're going almost behind us now. You see where they're back again. Come on, climb the tree. Go to the kill. We've positioned ourselves perfectly for that. Yeah, that clickety click click. It's just my camera. Oh, it looks like she thought about going up the tree. That looks like little Shungile there. At the base of the tree, to the left and to the right, Asana. She's walking. Oh, she's got some fluff. She's coming right up towards us. Now, Claire's wondering, are the cubs less playful and more observant when Karula is not here? Slightly so. They will be less playful and they will keep still for longer. It's also because they've got meat in a tree. They will play when Karula isn't around, but less so than when she is around. Of course, she's keeping watch for them. Now, they're right next to us. Well, Shungile is right next to us at the moment. And I can't see where Hosanna is, so it might come barreling straight towards us. And I'm pretty sure her brother is stalking her. We just can't see him. Oh, she's going to disappear. It's behind us almost. So Michael's wondering, is Hosanna bigger than Shungile, or will that only come later? He's probably already a little bit bigger, but from this age onwards, the size difference is going to be far more noticeable. Now, where is the other little monster? Oh, look at that. See, she's putting her head in a hole. Maybe she heard something in there, looking for possibly a squirrel or a monitor lizard. Now, those two creatures generally make up a leopard's first kill. So a leopard cub's first kill is quite often either a water monitor or a rock monitor or a squirrel. I'm not quite sure where trouble number 2 is. Is she disappearing behind us? She's coming to have a look at us. I mean, so I can't even see her. Genre is facing almost directly behind us now. Look at that beautiful light. Wow. Such a gorgeous cat. Oh, here comes trouble number 2. Right next, opposite you almost now. So Michael, who's 18, says, will Shungile have a stronger bond than with Karula because she's going to inherit some of Karula's territory? Not necessarily. And we've seen what happened with Shadow and Karula. Shadow and Karula growling at each other on the edge of their territories. Now, he's trying to sneak up on Sister at the moment, or he's going to get sidetracked by a stick. No, actually, that's very interesting. You can't really see what he's doing, but I didn't notice that there. He's covering, like his mom does. He's covering the stomach contents of the impala to try to stop the smell. Unfortunately, he is just behind a tumbuiti tree. There we go. You can see his paw. So, mom does that. She tries to cover the stomach contents of the animal she's killed with sand to try to stop the smell spreading and to try and discourage hyenas and lions from finding them. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Now, that is definitely instinctive behavior. I don't think they would have learned that. Heading towards his sister. Oh, there we go. Down into the stalk position. And the bounce. And the bounce is behind the car. Okay. Okay, well, we can't see them, and I think it's possibly time to unveil the artwork. Oh, there we go. No, Jean-Andre's found them again. Well done. No problem, anytime, Tex. Okay, so they're actually right behind us, so even if we wanted to move the car, we couldn't. I'm quite sure if they get too far, Mom will call them back, and she's actually looking like she's about to give them a stern talking to at the moment. I'm waiting, almost looks like she's about to start calling. So they're right behind us. Oh, they've disappeared. Oh, Jean keeps finding them. The stalk is on. Oh. Ears flat. Body low to the ground. Oh, probably lost sight of the sibling. Had to lift the head to check what's going on. All got spotted in the stalk. And I'm afraid John is pretty much at the end of where he can swing there. So, because of that, it's time, I think, for the artwork of the day. So this is, let me just put that one down. So there's a map. The white is our traverse area. So Sal is of course Salahesh, Shadow, Karula, Tundi, and then Tundi's unnamed cub. So those are the leopards in this particular area. Nkanyini is further to the east. But what's happened now, we were chatting last night. I was chatting to a friend of mine who's at Sibambili, and what he's saying is that, let's just get a black pen. Let's see, I remember how to do this. Oh, no. Give me 1 second, sorry. I need a black pen for this. There we go, black pen. Okay, so what's happening is Salahesh is actually almost extended like that. So that is now, Salahesh has moved into Shadow's territory. Shadow has now basically completely, I need a different colored pen, don't I? Let's go orange for Shadow. Okay, so Shadow's there. So this is now almost Gowrie Main Triple M has become, so Shadow has basically now been pushed into a very narrow little section here. So that's Shadow now. She's got this area here, a really tiny little area, and Salahesh has extended her territory. Now what's probably going to happen is Salahesh's cub is going to take over. Oh, where are you going, Karula? Sorry. We can continue this, but we've got a leopard walking past us. Oh, no, she's coming to cover stomach content. So she might go to join the cubs. I don't know where the cubs have gone. Oh, I can see a cub behind us. Okay, Jean-Andre, let me just reverse now. Okay, now we've got to be quite careful how we get out of here. We don't want to go plummeting down the hill. There we go. Hold on, Jean-Andre. Jean-Andre branch. Oh, no. Let's go forward again. Sorry about the scraping. Here comes the other one out from the right and open. There we go. Look at that. Aubrey, Karula's coming back to the Djuma. So look at this, out in the open now. You can see it's getting a bit warmer, so they might not be as playful, and we have been sitting here and being spoilt for a long time. There are quite a few other vehicles that are going to want to come here shortly. And we have been here for 2 hours. We have been incredibly spoiled. Oh, there's going to be a pounce shortly. You can see there's not quite as much bounce to their play. And it is getting warmer. I said it is getting warmer, and they're probably going to go for a little nap in not too long. Look at that, isn't it just wonderful, the two of them? And they're just becoming so relaxed around the vehicles. Where are you off to, mister?